Edgewood Farm is a preserved farm, which in New Jersey means that you buy the land without the development rights. And 12 years ago we bought 110 acres, and there was a little road going through it called Edgewood Road. And it was also a nickname of my brother-in-law and some other connections, and we decided to call it Edgewood Farm. So we bought the farm, and then we were able to build a house on the farm as well. For 11 years we moved into Edgewood Farms, and 1 year later we decided that one of our crops could be Christmas trees, because I was not an expert in farming by any means, and I knew I could grow trees. So that following year, which was 10 years ago now, we planted about 600 Christmas trees, and we've been planting several hundred every year since then. Christmas trees are fairly low maintenance. I don't use any weed control. I try to be somewhat organic, so what I have to do is mow around and weed eat around the trees. I fertilize them once or twice in their life cycle, and in the summertime, usually August, I have to go out and trim all the trees, and right now we have about 2,000 or so, and probably half of those have to be trimmed at some point in time. I always had an interest in basically growing vegetables for years and years, and I always thought it'd be nice to live on a farm. I always liked the idea of having some extra property, and we were able to get Edgewood Farm and the acreage at a fairly reasonable price, and it was really a beautiful piece of property. That's really what sold us on it, and then we were able to build a new house. So the farming aspect has been really a big learning curve, and I like that because as you get a little bit older, you look for a new challenge, and this certainly was a bigger challenge, maybe bigger than I thought, but that's okay. There's a learning curve in everything. So every year we've been planting about anywhere from 200 to 500, 600 trees, and by the time you're done, only about 50% of them actually make it to the full height. So right now we have about 3,000 trees that are planted anywhere from very small to the 10-footers. So we have to have enough, and hopefully have enough for next year and the year after, and then 5 years down the road. We grow hay. We have Angus steer that we feed the hay to. And we also have some vegetables that we grow just for ourselves. And we have chickens and some hops as well. We are going to try to keep the farm in the family as long as we can. I would love to have the kids, my kids, be able to stay here, and I could be able to stay here for a while too. It's really a nice place to live. One thing I love is coming out here and looking around, and basically it's open land, and in New Jersey that's not easy to come by, so I've been very lucky to be able to do this.
How come no one had chosen this tree? It's perfect.